So some of you look like you've already settled into asana, a seat, which looks really comfortable. So spine has got loads of room. Hips feel like they're nice and grounded. Feet are wherever you wish them to be, and hands the same. I'm just going to pop on Do Not Disturb. Let's do that. And then just for a minute, if you want to keep your eyes open, you're welcome. Otherwise, allow the eyelids to softly and gently close. And this might be the first time today that you've noticed how the breath is breathing you. So that really amazing concept that we don't inhale through a straw or like through a straw, we just make space within the body. And the atmosphere, the air around us, the earth around us fills that space. So just take a couple of minutes noticing how the breath is filling you. And be aware of the mood you're in today, the energy level. And then entirely up to you, maybe you keep your eyes closed or maybe you open them. Either way, we're just going to find a little bit of freedom through the shoulders. So just take a couple of circles through the shoulders. And then come into stillness and take 3 really deep breaths. And our purpose here is to get some movement within the belly. So we stretch out the muscles, the fibers, the skin of the belly, then we let them relax. Last 2 breaths. Got this on repeat. And when you finish that 3rd breath, once again drop the shoulders down. Take a deep inhale to prepare. And if you wish, you can pop your hands on your belly so you can really feel that pumping action. That's where it's coming from the deep belly. Inhale once again, preparing. And then 35 pumps. Inhale, let it go. Exhale to soften. Inhale to prepare. 35. Inhale, let it go. Exhale to soften. Inhale to prepare. Really fill. Exhale, pump. Inhale, let it go. Exhale to soften. And just once again, check in with the energy now. We just spent about 90 seconds with it, so just see how the blood feels. Notice how the heart feels, how the muscles at the belly feel. And whenever it is that you notice that equilibrium, that balance has returned to the body, you can very softly transition onto your back. Into bent knees, soles of the feet onto the floor. We're going to come into a nice bridge. So We're not going to worry about Bhujasana. We're not going to worry about that leg coming over. We're really going to focus on finding that push and that lift. So with that in mind, if you really like to massage the forehead and around your eyes in bridge, go for it. But it's not essential. So if you just want to come into a nice, even, comfortable bridge, go for it. Hips up. Feet are heavy. Yep, have a little bit of a roll around the head. Make sure the chin and neck feel comfortable. Make sure you can breathe. Yep. And next class, we're really working on legs, really working on balance. So if you wish, just see if you can find that curve in the spine. So just drop the hips down just a little. Imagine that you're sticking your butt out so that there's a really lovely lumbar curve going on in the lower spine. And then as you inhale, press through the feet, lift the hips up, extend through the knees as if they're going to fly all the way off. And then as you exhale, just lower the hips a tiny bit. Again, really imagine sticking the butt out so that there's this really lovely space going behind your spine. And then inhale, lift the hips up. Yep, squeeze the knees away from you. Yep. Exhale to drop the hips a little bit lower. You should feel these in different parts of the back body. Yep. So again, you want as much space, as much curve in the lower spine as possible. Inhale if you haven't already, lift. And exhale very, very, very gently. Take the whole exhale to lower. Really, really soften. Hips come all the way down. Up to you if you want to hug in. It might not feel right, but if it does, feel free, as usual. Yeah, and then we're going to get prepared just to use one leg at a time. So reset the feet. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, lift the hips up. And then wherever you felt most powerful, whether the hips are really, really high or whether it felt nice to kind of let the bum be really heavy, as if it's got a heavy weight on it. Wherever you felt most, maybe not comfortable is a word, but most stable or most interested. And then wherever you put your hips, right foot stays down, left tiptoes. And then take the whole left foot off and straighten the left leg in a diagonal line from hip to heel. And keep it up there, yep, just nice and still. So even though our body's still, the hips are up, breath is moving, but everything else is still, yep. Again, just, yeah, lovely, perfect. See if you can allow the inner thighs to get online, so squeeze them a little bit, make sure they're active. That's it, keep with it, okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Squeeze it in the thighs. If you want, lean the inner knees together. Brilliant. And then exhale, lovely Louise, take the foot down, have a little bit of a wriggle, lift or lower the hips, your choice, your choice. Either way, one more breath, either with lowered hips or hips still as they are. And then when you're ready, lift the hips if they're lowered. Press the left foot into the ground, really feel and earth it. Come onto the right tiptoes, yep, stabilize there. And then straighten the right leg, yep, diagonal, lovely, beautiful diagonal line from hip to heel. So the knees are in line. That's it, well done, Carla, perfect, yep. Inner thighs squeeze, pelvic floor switches on as they squeeze, nice. Brilliant. Even though we're in stillness, body's moving, breath is moving, lovely. Great, nice Elaine. Lovely Melanie. Keep the hips nice and active. And then drop that foot back down. Oh, lower the knees. Sorry, not lower the nose, lower the hips. Your choice, however you want to counter it. Your body knows best. Your body knows best. 3 deep breaths, just rebalancing. Last breath. Perfect. And then we're coming into those Navasana rocks. So the key here is that we're going to try and go as slowly as we possibly can. We're going to transition slowly and we're going to come up really slowly. So if you start with the knees in together, head on the floor, and then hug the left knee with both hands and straighten the right leg. From here, rock back, and then rock forward to a bent knee, one straight Navasana. Yep. Keep that left knee and rock back. As you rock back, change the knees. So now your right knee is in, and then rock up. Lovely. So we've taken away the support of the hands, and we're going slow. Rock back with control. Switch over with control. And exhale to lift. Think Kapalabhati breath, really integrated. Rock back. Really slow it down. Yep. Lovely. Keep going. Rocking back with one knee. Switching that. And then coming back up. Brilliant. Keep going, 2 on each side. Really slow. So one knee is bent at all times. The other leg is straight at all times. Lovely. Nice. Great. Lovely, Melanie. If you want, you can use your hands to support that bent knee. Entirely up to you. If it feels lovely not to, you're cool. You've probably got one more on each side. Great. Great, Kyla. And then whenever you're finished, just finish in boat pose. Should feel nice and easy. Yeah, draw the belly in, shoulders back, chin tucked a little bit. Perfect. Brilliant. Lower the feet really, really gently. Grab your strap if you've got one. Don't have to, it's not the end of the world. We can do exactly the same. So here we're thinking about movement whilst keeping the rest of the body still. So we're going to be your choice, either a bent knee or a straight leg Navasana. Bent is probably better for the minute. One leg is going to keep entirely still. It's not going to move. It's going to stay bent. The other leg is going to straighten whilst coming to the floor. And then you're going to re-bend both. And then straighten the other leg. Yes, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So we're using the resistance of the band to really add some weight going on to this pretty horrific Navasana. That's a lovely band you've got there, Kyla. Beautiful. You can admire it while your belly is slowly passing out. That's it. Really kick into it. Use the resistance. Really use those powerful legs. Push that band away from you. Great. You've got one more on either side. Lovely, Kay. Really nice. And when you finish that last one, feet come down, band comes off. Just put it on the top of your mat. Ready for your planks later. And then when you're ready, just have a little rock and roll. Whatever you need to do here. If you want to rock and roll, if you would prefer to be a little bit longer, like a little sausage, go for it. We're thinking about transitioning to sun salutations in a moment. So whatever you need, last breath, whatever you need. And then however you want to come up. Later on, we're going to be rocking to a squat. So if you want to do that now, go for it. If it feels lovely just to be outside, you just want to roll onto your right side and then come up standing from there. I'm not going to tell anyone. Entirely your choice. Lovely, Louise. Great. Yep. Nice, Kay. Look at that. Grab hold of your block. Put it in a comfortable position. So it's no good if when you start squeezing it, it's kind of bruising the inner thighs. You want to make sure it's comfortable. So you've got length or you've got width. You've got closer to the knees, you've got closer to the pubic bone, whatever feels most comfy. From here on an exhale, have a little nice gentle forward fold. If you prefer to keep the knees bent, feel free. Oh, squeeze the block, feel those powerful inner thigh muscles really switch on. And then inhale, take the arms up into flat back. So my hands are going to hit the floor, but ideally arms straight, nice and powerful. Exhale as we find chair, still finding the block. Inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, hands to prayer. If you wish, a little add-on here, we're really going to squeeze the block. And as we squeeze the block, we're going to take our arms behind us and find a back bend. Might feel nicer with a block for support. Exhale as we drift down to the floor. Inhale as we raise the arms up, back up, core engaged, lovely. Exhale as we roll onto our heels, a low chair pose, nice, squeezing the block. Inhale as we press the heels away, reach the hands. And exhale, thumbs into the heart center. Inhale, lift the arms, squeeze the block, back bend, your choice. Exhale, forward fold. If it feels too early to back bend, that's totally fine. Just go with what feels nice. Inhale, flat back. Last one here. Exhale, chair pose, knee in line with the ankles. Inhale as we press up, reach. Exhale, thumbs to the heart center. Stick your butt out a little bit. We're getting a little bit of a change of the pelvis. Inhale as you lift the arms, squeeze the butt, stick the butt forward now, little back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Hang out here. If you have space in front of you, brilliant. We're going to walk our hands out to down dog, still squeezing the block. If you haven't got space in front, that quick little half turn, so we're facing the back of our mat. Either way, we start to rock the weight forward, bit by bit, walk our hands out until we find that lovely down dog. We squeeze the block, yay. And then exhale as we walk our hands back in. Beautiful, forward fold. If you're still turned round, come to face the front of your mat. Pop the block down. Right leg comes down, right knee, right toes untucked. Grab your block on the width, this setting. And then see what it feels like to take your block behind your head into a back bend. On an exhale, if you can, press through that back ankle and forward fold. Otherwise, tuck the back toe. It's going to give you more power. Lovely. Other side, left leg comes back, left knee down. Untuck the back toe. Inhale, press that back ankle into the ground, reach the block. When you're ready, exhale, forward fold. Nice, hang here in your forward fold. Just soften through the breath. And then pop your block somewhere that it's not going to be in your way. Pop your hands down, bend the knees. Step all the way back to plank. Lovely, spread the fingers, reach the toes back, press the heels away. Lift the belly up from the floor. And then just as if we were squeezing the block, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale as we rest in down dog, Final Bhujasana. Inhale as we slide forward to plank. Dropping the knees to the floor. And again, option. If you haven't been enjoying the plank with the strap, don't do it. You can do exactly the same without. It's just going to be a little bit more spacious, so entirely your choice. So when you're ready, you've found that plank with the strap around the wrists. We're only going to move on the exhale because it's super strong. We need the breath. Everything is nice and connected. Exhale. Everything stays the same apart from we move the right hand forward. Inhale as we pause. Exhale. We try and keep movement to a minimum. Right hand back. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand forward. Everything else stays. Lovely. And exhale. Move it back. Brilliant. One last one. Right hand moves forward. Everything else stays as it is. Perfect. Lovely. Inner thighs on. Exhale to move it back. Amazing. Last time. Well done. Looks great. Exhale. Left. Yes. Great. Exhale. Move it back. Drop the knees. Take the band off. Get rid of it. Get rid. As you inhale, slide forward to tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Allow your down dog to be a little bit shorter, so either walk your hands back or your feet in, just a little bit shorter than your regular down dog. Bend the left leg, come onto the right fingertips. Take your right hand underneath the body to the outside of the left leg. And then straighten that left leg, twisted down dog. Pop the hand back where it is, down dog. Right leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. Perfect, keep the legs straight, but just open the hips out to the right. So you're looking underneath the right armpit. Inhale as you re-square the hips. Keep that right leg up. Slide the weight forward as if you're doing plank. And then drop that left knee down. So we're coming into a tabletop position with that right leg extended. If you need to adjust the hands like me so that it feels more integrated, go for it. Left hand extends, so left hand, right leg. Keep here, lift the belly up, so make sure the lumbar curve is not exaggerated. As if we could only move the muscles of the belly. So start by imagine drawing the belly, the lower belly and the upper belly closer together. Really draw them in, and then draw the knee and elbow together. Brilliant. So again, rock forward, make sure the weight is square. Perfect. Inhale as you undo it. Now I had been trying to come up to two-legged down dog from here. It's impossible, but if you want to, give it a whirl. I literally went nowhere. So if you went nowhere too, that's fine. Pop your hand, I know, pop your hands down. Right leg is still up, still burning. Tuck the left toes if they're not already there, and on an exhale, push back, down dog. Nice. That's for next week. As you exhale, slide that knee forward, tiger, lift it up onto the tiptoes of your left. Find some space in the shoulder blade, draw that leg further forward. Inhale as we undo it. Exhale, right knee underneath the body, travel forward. Lovely. Allow the right knee to drop, but keep the weight forward as you bring the other leg in. Roll cross-legged, legs out straight. Take a little moment here. Ease the neck. Again, whatever you want to do, I'm not going to tell you which way, just ease it out. If the shoulders get involved, all the better. At some point in your own time, you notice that the hands have come to the floor. They press the earth away. As they do so, the core switches on, draws itself back towards the spine. And then activate through the legs, so press the heels into the ground. And imagine that you can scrape them towards you. So you should feel the hamstrings switch on. And then undo it, ease out. Try and keep the torso as upright as possible. As you exhale, lift the right leg as far as it will go. Inhale to pause. Exhale to lower. Inhale to pause, re-establish the spine. Exhale, left leg. Inhale to pause. Exhale to lower, just once more. Inhale to pause. Exhale, see if that will go a little bit higher. Oh. Drop it down. Inhaling. Exhale, left. Notice if one goes higher. Inhaling. Exhaling, drop it down. Take the arms forward and start to curl your spine back as if you're doing a roll up. If you can, one leg, and then the other leg comes up. Roll all the way. Take the feet over the top of the head, the hands over the top of the head, and exhale, roll up to your squat. Yep. Nice, nice. If it's been easy, yeah, lovely, great. Only you know. Do you want to block for this shoulder press, or do you prefer the hands on the floor? Your choice. Yeah, in fact, I think I'm going to be here. So your feet are not super close to your hands. There's a distance between the feet and the hands. Yeah. You want the whole flat of the hands to be on the ground. You want the wrist crease and the fingers to be on the ground. Now notice that just naturally we've put our weight through the legs because they're stronger. That's fine. Imagine tipping the weight forward into the midfoot, the tiptoes, really, really light. Keep tipping forward until your shoulders come over the wrist and let the heels lift just naturally. And then rock back. 3 more. So rock forward, midfoot, tiptoes, shoulders come in front of the wrist, press the toes and the fingers. Exhale, rock back. Last one. Brilliant. So you really want to press the floor away. You really want, lovely, really great. And then stay here. We're going to come into standing splits again. If you want your block, go for it. Hands stay down, left leg stays down, but this time hands come closer to the left leg. If you want, and you're working on your balance, you can grab hold of the ankle. That's super tough because you can feel the movements underneath your fingers. Step the right leg back about 2 foot. And then rock forward. Lift that back leg, right leg lifted, standing splits. Head drops. Squeeze the inner thighs together, lovely. Nice. A little bit higher, you've got it, a little bit higher with that leg. Perfect. Find your core, great K. Lift the back into warrior 3, flat back. Keep that standing leg firm and the floating leg up. Come into warrior 3. Press the standing leg and come all the way to standing, but that floating leg is still behind you. Bend the right knee. Oh, push the right foot away from you, straighten it up. And then rebend. Step it all the way back to crescent lunge. Raise the arms, grab hold of the left wrist, has a little side stretch. Raise the arms, grab hold of the right, little side stretch. And then exhale, drop the hands. Inhale, spread and lift. Exhale, down dog. If you're playing with down dog for a little bit, you're welcome to come onto your fingertips and work the forearms a little bit more. Up to you. Either way, 2 nice smooth breaths. Just preparing for the other side. If you're on your fingertips, drop the hands down. On an inhale, slide down to plank. Option here to drop the knees. Only you know. Again, not about whether you can do it, but it's just about what's right for you this Monday evening. So same again. On an exhale, without the band, right hand moves forward. Inhale to pause. Exhale, it moves back. Try and keep the rest of the body entirely still. Exhale, left hand moves forward. Inhale to pause. Exhale, return. Inhale to pause, pushing the earth away. Exhale, right arm. Inhale to pause. Exhale. Inhale to pause. Last time, the left hand. Exhale to bring it back. Inhale to pause, make sure the belly button switch on. And exhale. Down dog. Right hand stays where it is. Right knee bends. Come onto the left fingertips. Take the left hand away, underneath, and across the body to the outside of that right leg. Straighten it up. Twisted down dog. Got the left hand back. Normal down dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps up, 3-legged dog. Lovely. Keep that leg straight.
And open the hips to the left. So now the pubic bone's facing the left. Lovely. Turn the hips so they're square. Inhale as you slide the weight forward, just coming into a three-legged plank. Yep, push the earth away. Bend the right knee, but keep that left leg up. Again, if you've gone a little bit long like me, just take the hands back in. Lift the core to support the belly. Stabilize the hips, and then right arm out. Great. My leg so wants to drop. So from here, just isolate, stay with it, just isolate your belly, the belly muscles. And imagine that you were doing a sit-up. So those same muscles that bring you up in a sit-up, we want to activate here. So imagine the lower belly and the upper kind of ribs coming together, folding together. So do that first. Just as if you only got, yes, do that first. And then that floating leg and the floating arm meet in the middle. But that movement's come from the belly. Keep the weight forward of that hand. Left leg comes back, right arm comes back. If you wish, that right arm can come off and you can see what it feels like to do a two-legged down dog the other side. Maybe that works the other side. Otherwise, tuck the right toes, push the floor away. Exhale, straight into three-legged dog. Lovely. Next exhale, knee bends, we travel forward, tiger. Lift the thigh in close to the belly. Undo it, take the leg all the way up. Exhale, come all the way through again. Hold it. Use the back toes, press them into the ground, lift the back knee up. And then exhale, knee comes down. Keep traveling forward with the weight so that that back leg is light enough to cross. And then all the way to Dandasana. Oh, a lovely break. Whatever you need, take it. Whether it's neck, whether it's just sitting, whether it's shoulders. 2 more breaths. Maybe you grab a drink. Plenty of time. Last breath. And then again, we allow the hands to sink down into the floor. We push them away. So we straighten up the elbows, and we notice that as we do that, the core just naturally sinks back. So really integrated. Feel as if you could just lift up as it were. Then press the heels into the ground. So really embed them into the ground, and then pull the heels towards you. Still keeping the belly switched on, still pressing the hands. And then let it go. Take the hands off. Try and keep the torso on top of the hips. You're welcome to bend the knees if you want, or put something underneath, always. And then when you're ready, exhale, right leg comes up. Notice the height. Inhale to pause. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale to pause. Exhale, left leg, sorry. Inhale to pause. Exhaling. Inhaling. Last time. Exhale, right leg. Inhaling. Exhaling, last one. Inhaling. Exhale, left leg. Nice. Don't lean back. If anything, lean forward. Lean forward, lean forward. Lovely. Drop that leg. Perfect. Take the arms in front. Start to come all the way back. When you can, lift one leg. When you can, lift the other. And then rock all the way back with your legs straight. Take the arms behind you, the legs behind you. And exhale into your forward fold, into your, wow, look at those, looking sweet as. Beautiful. Take your block, or not, your choice. We've got those 3 little rocks. Exhale as you come forward. Heels just naturally lift off. You're not lifting them, gravity is. Inhale as you rock back. Exhale, push the ground away. Really, really push and rise. Inhale to rock back. Exhale, shoulders come further forward than the wrists. Inhale to rock back. Your choice here, block, floor, ankle. Either way, right leg stays where it is. Hands are close to the right leg. Left leg comes backwards. So we're already starting our balance. When you feel ready, float the left leg up, coming into standing splits. Nice. Squeeze the inner thighs together, lift that floating leg. Head is heavy, jaw is soft. If you feel ready, you can climb all the way back, finding your way to a flat back. And then press that standing foot down, straighten up so you're standing. Bend the knee underneath you. Oh, kick it away as if you don't like it. And then re-bend it. Take it behind. Oh, and lift the arms, crescent lunge. Grab hold of the left wrist, a little side stretch. Grab hold of the right, a little side stretch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, back to child's. 5 lovely round breaths in child's. We're just going to take, really nice and simple, another modified round on left and right. So we're missing out a few things and we'll go a little bit quicker, but we're just keeping with that energy that we've just found. Last breath in child's. Inhale as you spread the hands, you lift the hips away. Exhale, press back, down dog. Make your down dog long enough so that your plank makes sense. Inhale, slide to plank. Exhale, draw back, down dog. Inhale, move the feet a little bit forward so your down dog is short. Exhale, bend the left knee, take the right hand across and underneath. Inhale to straighten up, down dog twist. Right hand replaces. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, 3-legged dog. Slide your weight forward as if you're coming into a 3-legged plank. Carefully drop that left knee. Walk the hands back if you need. Right leg stays up. Left arm comes forward. Restack the hips and lift the belly. Exhale as you bring everything underneath you, but keep the weight forward. Lower the left hand, extend the right leg. Exhale, push the ground away, 3-legged dog. Inhale in our 3-legged dog, lovely. Exhale into tiger, right knee forward, hug it in, round. Exhale as we push back. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, tiger. Inhale as we land the knee. And exhale as we cross the knees, roll over the ankles, coming into Dandasana. Tiny little break, roll through the neck. And the other way. Hands stay off. Exhale, right leg lifts. This time inhale, pop it down. Exhale, left leg lifts. Lean forward. Exhale, pop it down. Take the arms in front. Start to roll the pelvis back. When you can, lift one, then the other leg. Roll all the way back. And exhale into your standing squat, and then brilliant. One little press here, hands come onto the ground. Exhale as we press the earth away, we really rock forward, we really experiment. Light, light, light on the feet, as light as you can. Inhale to pop it back. Pop the hands on the ankle or on the shin. Left leg steps back. Exhale, standing splits. Inhale in your standing splits. Exhale, use the core. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, take it underneath. Inhale as you straighten it out. Exhale, rebend, take it behind. Land the foot. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, a little side stretch, whichever way you want to go. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite stride stretch. Inhale to center. Exhale, pitch the chest forward, lower the hands. Inhale to lift the hips. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, rest in whichever pose feels restful. It might not be child's, it might be a twist. Either way, 5 breaths. Still breathing, still here. Last 2 breaths, nice and full and free. Last breath. Well done. Inhale as you climb the body up, moving the hands. Perfect, tucking the toes. And exhale, down. Reposition so it feels really nice and integrated. And as you inhale, you travel forwards, using the feet, pressing the feet away, and either staying in up plank or dropping the knees. Exhaling, left arm moves forward. Inhaling to pause. Exhaling, left arm moves back. Inhaling to pause, lovely. Whole body stays still. Exhale, right hand. Inhale. Exhale, return it. Inhale, nice. Exhale, down dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, step the feet in a little bit so you've got a nice short down dog. Bend the right knee. I can't remember which way we've gone, so if you can remember which one we went last time, just do so. I've kind of had a brain a little fart. Right knee bends, left hand comes underneath. Straighten up and look underneath that arm. Take that hand back down. Left leg all the way up, 3-legged dog. Nice. As you inhale, slide forward to a 3-legged plank, and then drop that right knee down, left leg float. Pop the hands back underneath you, draw the core up, right arm comes out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Make sure the shoulder is above the wrist, not behind it, straight above. Inhale as you kick that left leg back and pop the right hand back. Nice. Re-establish where the hips are. Keep that leg lifted, draw the core up. Start pressing the earth away with those 3 points. Nice and slow now. Back to 3-legged dog, lovely. Exhale to tiger. Weight comes forward, leg comes in. Inhale as you rock back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, land the knee. Exhale, cross the legs, rock over the ankles, coming into Dandasana. A little break here. Ease the neck. Maybe ease the shoulders, maybe ease the wrists. Only your body is feeling what it's feeling. Only you know where you've been working. Last 2 breaths. And then hands off. See if you can lean forward a little bit now for both. As we exhale, lean forward. Right leg comes up. Inhale as it drops down. Nice. Exhale, left leg. Inhale as it drops down. Take the arms forward. Roll back as if we're doing that roll. Yeah. And if you want, stay with the roll up, or roll down rather. If you want, you can come into that half banana shape and then rock it back. Exhaling, finding the energy. Nice, great. Rocking forward. Popping the hands down. Nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, just let it go. Doing nothing for a minute. A deep, long exhale and inhale. When you've established your breath, exhale as you rock the weight forward. Really push the hands into the floor. Let the head be heavy and the legs be light. Try and be heavier with the head and the arms. Exhale as you rock it back. Take your hands closer to the left leg, left ankle, again, whatever. Step the right leg back. Lift that right leg, float it, and fold the body in to that standing left leg, standing splits. Inhale, we find the core, we lift up. Warrior 3. Glutes are switched on. Bend the knee underneath you, come to stand. And then kick that right leg as if you're kicking it away from you. And then refold it, let it come behind. Step back, nice and easy, crescent lunge. Take a deep sighing out breath. And then take hold of the left. Exhale as you stretch to the right. Inhale as you return the arms. Exhale, stretch to the left. Inhale as you return the arms. Exhale, pop the hands down near your feet this time. And exhale, forward fold. Just shake the head here, just nod it as if you're nodding yes and no. Shake it as if you're shaking. Whatever. Lift and spread the toes, and then have a little bit of a rock forward and back on the toes. Head is heavy. At a time that suits you, you can make your way onto the floor. Last tiny little bit, tiny little bit. Yep. Whenever it suits you. And you can skip this, you can skip it. So again, it's not about whether we can do it. Most of the times we get into problems because we can do stuff and we kind of know that we shouldn't for whatever reason, whether it's just that we've had a sleepless night, or whether we've got a little bit of a thing going on, or whether we've just done lots of stuff already, but we feel like we should do it. So if you can just close your eyes and just notice how the energy feels now. And whether you want to take this next asana, or whether you want to do something different. If you want to do something different, you can come and lay on your back and find that really lovely jubbly pose of happy baby. If you do want to take this time and come into that version of Bhujasana, but with the legs not over the top of our shoulder, then pop your blocks in front of your hips. Have a little play today. So we're going to take 3 little lifts. So have a play with the blocks being just in front of the hips and then a little bit more in front. So adjust them today, move them around a bit, see where you feel happiest. Flats of the hands on the block. When you're ready, we're going to press into the block, straighten up the elbows and lift the hips off of the ground. Whoa, nice. Draw the belly in, don't just let it come from the upper body. Lift the left leg, lift the right leg, lower the hips. Adjust where the blocks are, a little bit forward or a little bit back. And then same thing. Inhale as we straighten up. Exhale as we lift the hips. Inhale, lower, other side, lower, rebend, lower the hips. Again, If one felt better, stay with it. If you still want to explore, move the blocks around a little bit. You've got kind of like half a foot of potential movement. Last time we press into the blocks, we straighten up the legs, or the arms rather. Lift the hips, really squeeze the glutes. So imagine lifting the hips even higher, and then try and get one leg really high, lower it. Try and get the other leg really high, lower it. And then lower the hips, shake it out. Again, the more muscles that we have control over, the more muscles that we can ask to help us out, the lighter we'll be on the hands. So if we can get the inner thighs, the glutes, and the lower back to switch on, there'll be less weight going through the hands. Cross the legs, really tuck in. And in this tuck, when you tuck, think about Kapalabhati, that draw back. So just do a nice inhale. And then exhale, think about Kapalabhati, drawing the belly down, and sorry, not down, back and up. Really integrated. Keep that. Belly draws back and up on your blocks. Lift up. On a Kapalabhati exhale, lift one or both the feet. Lovely, lovely, Carla. Don't hang out for very long. And then drop down. Shake it out. God, that was some really good stuff. If, like me, you're ready for happy baby, do so. If you're not, if you feel like a bit energized and it felt interesting, feel free to take another one. Yeah, lovely, Elaine. Look at that. Great stuff. Very, very gorgeous. So when you've had enough of playing, you can come and roll onto your back and then ease it out. Oh, just ease it out. We're going to come into a brief happy baby, and then we're going to stretch out the shoulders and the neck. So just for a minute, we're going to lay on our back. Yep, knees bend in towards the chest. And then the knees are wider. Yep. And you can keep hold of the toes, or you can just hold around the knees entirely, whatever is suiting you this Monday evening. If you wish for a little bit of a rock, that is wonderful. Take a couple more breaths, just coming into balance now. And then really slowly, because we've kind of been playing around with inversions and really strong stuff, just roll onto your right side, just so we can come up and stretch the shoulders and the neck and the wrists. So plenty of time. When you feel ready and it feels like a good idea to come up, you can. If you can't be bothered to come up, you can stay where you are. Perfect. Whatever means comfort for you, cross-legged or whatever, just nice and simple. One arm comes across the body, other arm makes a little stop sign. Yeah. The closer you bring the arm in, the more that's going to stretch the back of the shoulders, that back cloak. You can have a play with lifting that straight arm a little bit closer to your head or dropping it down. What feels most beneficial? Sometimes it's quite nice to have a little bit of a twist. So you start to twist towards the left side. It's going to give you just a little bit extra leverage. And then undo it, undo it. Other side. Ooh. This is where you might notice that one shoulder has worked a little bit harder than the other. So again, your choice of height of that straight arm, a little bit closer to your head or not so close. Your choice of how much you bring the arm into the chest. And if you wish, you can take that little twist towards the stop sign arm. It's gonna just, yeah. And then undo it. These were only fairly small muscles, they don't take much. Interlace your hands behind you. So getting into the front of the shoulders now. Press the hands away. Yep. Lift the arms, but press the hands away.
See how it feels to close the wrists, close the kind of palms and then open them. I know that's an instruction that I haven't given before. So it's kind of like that or that. See what feels nice. Obviously one is going to be a little bit deeper, so you choose. And then let it go. Oh, ease it out. Take your hands, if you think we've been doing a lot of that motion, we're going to now do the opposite. So make a little kind of, if you ever went camping and you had that shadow, you make a little duck, and you can just use the other hand to just gently press it. You can have a little bit of a wriggle around, just a nice gentle opposite motion. And then other side, that little duck hand, grab hold. If you want, you can play with folding the fingers in as well. That's going to get the stretch from the opposite angle as well. So you've got the wrists and then you've got your fingers. And then shake it out. And then what's been my favourite little mobility thing recently is that little neck thing with the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to go so slowly. And as we exhale, we're just going to imagine letting down, dropping down. So when you're ready, come into center. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, so slow. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, really slowly, move the chin into the chest. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, just open up a little bit. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, draw the head back up on top of the spine. Exhale, let it go. Take however many full breaths you need just to find that balance, that neutral. And then roll on down to back onto your mat. Plenty of time, so if it feels nice just to be still in a seated position, go for it. When you're laying on your back, if you've got a block handy, that's great. We've done loads and loads of psoas work, loads of core work, loads of thigh work. So we're just going to start nice and gently by popping the block underneath our sacrum, and imagine that we can spread the hips, kind of like spreading jam. We can spread the hips onto the block. So if you want to give them a little bit of a wriggle on the block so they feel like they could just give in, go for it. If it feels nice just to stroke the sides of your waist, getting some length back there and just some ease, also go for it. Lovely. Now I know some of you really like to straighten both the legs. If that's the case this evening, you can straighten one knee at a time, keeping the heel on the floor. And maybe think about straightening both the legs. Just, it's going to increase the weight that's going through the hips. So only you know. And then heel on the floor. Yeah, let the legs be heavy. So even though they're straight, the heel stays on the floor. Yeah. So we'll stay passive. My word, you don't want to work anymore. Stay passive. You can do one at a time. You can do both together. Either way, take 4 round, deep, sighing out breaths. when those 4 breaths, or as near as 4 breaths as you want to get to, have concluded, as little effort as possible, press the feet into the ground, re-ground the earth, re-ground the body. Take the block away and let the hips really gently, gracefully ground down. We want to find a little bit of space for the belly, so just in this quiet space, this quiet time. As I suggest the following asanas, if one takes hold, then perfect. So we're thinking about easing the belly, so it might be that you take Supta Baddha Konasana, knees wide, feet together, maybe with a block underneath the feet. Equally, it might feel really nice to take a really gentle, really heavy Sphinx pose. So laying on your belly, elbows on the ground, forearms on the ground, and allowing the belly to be really long. So only you know. Baddha Konasana tends to be inner thighs, which we've worked a lot, and the fascia of the belly. There's kind of a softness rather than a stretch. Sphinx is more of a stretch for the belly. Only you know what's going to feel best in your body. When you've chosen, just adjust anything that you need to adjust, the feet or the hands or the head or the jaw. Let the eyeballs soften. And just count 6 easy breaths. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling for 2. When you've come to that 6th breath, you can undo the posture however you wish. Maybe just coming into a more neutral position before you transition. So once again, your choice how you want to take a twist. It might be that you want to take a twist with the legs crossed. That's a little bit of a deeper twist. It might be you want to move and almost rock the body in windscreen wiper with the feet wider than the mat and just rocking the knees, feet wider than the mat. Yeah. Just rocking the knees from side to side. Or it might be that you want to take the knees together, ankles together, arms out, and just come into stillness in your twist. And know that if you come into a posture and you think that you need to change your mind, brilliant. That just means you're really tuned in, and go for it, adjust it, change it. If it's not what you need in this minute, make it what you need in this minute. Really gently make your way onto the other side, as if you've got all of the time in the world. Really lovingly come to the other side. And then just as if you're a little mole baby finding its way by moving, very gently keeping the eyes closed if you feel like it, just find your way back into neutral, really slowly, as if everything is new and different. When you come into that position, just make sure that that initial position feels like it's the right place for Shavasana, for a little bit of breathing practice. And then when you feel ready, allow the shoulders to be really heavy. Allow the feet to be heavy. And imagine spreading and releasing through the jaw. And then doing the same with the eyes. And see if you can soften through the heart. And then rest those incredible belly muscles, those incredible thighs. And if you wish just to stay in this position, just absorbing, then you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can think about counting the breath. Inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 8. If that count of 5 is feeling really nice and gentle and there's a sense of ease, then maybe think about inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 8. And then softly roll over. Let the pranayama practice just disperse. And have a leisurely check-in with how the body feels now. A really easy check-in with how the body feels. What your mood feels like. Whether you can feel any interesting sensations. Whenever you feel ready, you can use that deep, soulful inhale to raise your incredible body up into a seated, strong position. And when you get there, just roll the shoulders, give them a little bit of space, ready to go all the way back up again. Inhale as you expand and you grow. Exhale as you contract. Inhale as you take everything in. Exhale to return it. Inhale as the hands come all the way up. Palms meet. Draw the energy into the heart center. Namaste. Beautiful, beautiful yogis. Namaste. I'm going to change my thing. So if you want, Kyla looks like she could do some sleep.